You know that feeling, don't you? Your eyes are just locked on the screen, watching those numbers flash, red, red, and more red. Your stomach clenches, your breathing gets all shallow, and you can practically feel your heart pounding against your ribs. Every single tick down feels like a physical punch. You're holding on to a losing trade, and it feels like your own body is betraying you, just flooding your system with stress, anxiety, and this desperate, paralyzing hope.
And that sick feeling, that chemical warfare that's raging inside your brain, you're not alone. It is universal. But here's the brutal truth this quote lays bare. That feeling isn't a lesson. It's a poison. It doesn't teach you to make a better choice next time. It just pushes you deeper and deeper into the same trap.
So, we have to ask the big question, right? Why? Why do we, as supposedly smart, rational people, keep making this one deeply irrational choice? Why do we cling to our losers like a life raft, and yet we're so quick to sell our winners? Well, in this explainer, we're going to get to the bottom of it. And spoiler alert, it has almost nothing to do with your trading strategy. It's actually hardwired into your biology, your psychology, and the cold, hard math of the market itself.
To fix a problem this big, we first have to properly diagnose it. And the diagnosis is pretty startling. It turns out our brains have this fundamental, well-documented glitch when it comes to dealing with risk and reward. And this isn't some personal failure on your part. It's a baked-in feature of being human. Yep, scientists actually have a name for this glitch, the disposition effect. The best way to think about it is this. It's our natural tendency to pull the flowers and water the weeds in our own financial garden. It's the fancy term for cutting your winners short and letting your losers run wild. And the fact that they figured this out decades ago, that tells you just how deep and predictable this human behavior is. We are literally programmed to do the exact opposite of what actually makes money.
So to really get to the why behind this disposition effect, we have to go straight to the source, the incredible, groundbreaking work of a Nobel Prize winner, Daniel Kahneman, and his partner, Amos Tversky. These guys literally wrote the blueprint for our irrational financial minds.
At the heart of it all is a concept called loss aversion. And here's the key takeaway. The pleasure you get from making, say, $1,000, yeah, it feels good. But the pain you feel from losing that exact same $1,000 is neurologically about twice as powerful. Your brain registers the sting of a loss with way more intensity than the joy of an equal gain. And that simple, lopsided emotional math, that's the engine driving us to avoid taking a loss at all costs.
But wait, it gets even deeper than that. This isn't just some psychological quirk. It's a full-on biological hijack. The moment a trade goes against you, your modern analytical brain gets shoved into the back seat, and a much older, much more primitive system grabs the steering wheel.
It's called the Amygdala Hijack. See, the amygdala, your brain's ancient fear detector, it can't tell the difference between a falling stock price and a tiger hiding in the grass. To it, a threat is a threat, period. So it pumps your body full of adrenaline and cortisol, and it shuts down your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that handles logic and reason, and it prepares you for immediate life or death action.
And here's where our wiring makes a critical mistake. In today's world, the logical response to that kind of threat should be flight, cut the trade, get out of danger, save your capital. But that intense pain of loss we just talked about, it triggers the fight response instead. So we dig in, we refuse to retreat, we hold on, desperately hoping to fight our way back to even, letting our inner caveman make a potentially catastrophic financial decision.
So this biological reaction creates this intense internal conflict. It's a debate that's raging inside the mind of every single trader who's staring at a screen full of red. It's a battle between two voices, the voice of desperate hope and the voice of cold, hard reality.
First, you hear that voice of the desperate trader, right? It whispers these comforting little lies. Hey, it's just a paper loss. If I can just get back to even, I swear I'll get out. But this isn't a strategy. This is just your ego protecting itself. See, selling at a loss forces you to admit you were wrong, and that admission is painful. So the ego cooks up this little fantasy where just holding on is a perfectly good plan.
But then, if you're lucky, the voice of the realist tries to break through the noise. It tries to remind you that the market doesn't give a damn about your break-even price. It doesn't respond to your hopes or your fears. The market only speaks one language, and that's math. And as we're about to see, the math of holding a losing trade is, well, it's absolutely terrifying.
Okay, let's talk about that math. So imagine your account takes a huge hit. It's down 50%. It's devastating. Now to recover, common sense says you just need to make 50% back, right? It feels symmetrical, it feels fair. But it's not. Not even close. To recover from a 50% loss, you need to make a 100% gain on your remaining capital.
Think about that. You have to double your money just to get back to where you started. This is the first cruel lesson in what's known as the mathematics of ruin.
And this table right here shows you just how quickly that hole gets deeper. A 10% loss needs an 11% gain. Okay, manageable. A 25% loss needs a 33% gain, getting a lot tougher. But look what happens when hope takes over and you let it ride. A 75% loss requires a 300% gain. A 90% loss, you need a staggering 900% gain. The point is this: every single percentage point you let a loser run doesn't just add to your loss, it exponentially increases how hard it is to ever recover. You're not just losing money, you're committing mathematical suicide. So, if our biology is set up to betray us, and the math is stacked against us, what in the world is the solution? Well, the prescription comes from veteran trader Tom Hugard, and it's one of the most counterintuitive but most powerful ideas in all of trading.
Just let that sink in for a second. It's the best loser that wins. Success in this game, it's not about being right all the time. It's not about having some magic 90% win rate. It's about being a professional loser. It's about mastering the art of taking small, quick, emotionally painless losses. The person who wins in the end is the one who loses the best.
Hugard basically saw that traders fall into two camps. You've got 95% of them who are governed by this toxic dance of hope and fear. They hope their losers will come back, so they hold on forever, and they fear their winners will disappear, so they sell way too early. And then you have the elite 5%. They operate on a completely different philosophy. They are absolutely ruthless about controlling their losses, and they are unshakable when it comes to letting their profits run.
The difference between these two groups? It's not some secret indicator or a better trading bot. It all boils down to a single, really difficult and profoundly unnatural mental skill, a learned behavior that lets them short-circuit their flawed human programming.
And that technique is to flip the switch. It's the conscious, deliberate decision to override your natural instinct. When that biological panic starts to set in, when your amygdala is screaming at you to fight and hold on, you do the opposite. You have to embrace the discomfort. You have to learn to run towards the pain of taking a small, controlled loss, because that is the only path to long-term survival in this game.
And all of this brings us to the cure. The cure isn't about finding a strategy that never loses, or learning how to never feel fear. The cure is a deep mindset shift. It's about finding freedom not in being right, but in how you handle being wrong.
And there's a three-step path to get there. First, you have to acknowledge the trap. Acknowledge that you're fighting your own biology. This isn't your fault, it's just your wiring. Second, you have to accept that small losses are not failures. They are a business expense, just like inventory for a shop owner. It's the price of admission. And finally, you have to act. Act on a predefined plan, swiftly and mechanically, and take emotion out of the decision entirely.
And that, right there, is the ultimate takeaway. Real control in trading doesn't come from trying to predict the future or needing to be right on every single trade. That's just a recipe for burnout. Real, lasting freedom is found in the calm acceptance that you will be wrong, and having a disciplined, rock-solid system in place to manage it with grace when you are.
In the end, as Tom Hugard puts it, the knowledge is the key. You now understand the trap, the psychology, the biology, the math. You have the key that unlocks the door. So the only question left is, are you going to have the courage to turn it?